Hello, 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 my beautiful ladies. Hello, queens. How are we doing? I'll just push this a bit closer. Yeah, so I can kind of sit and chill with my back to the chair. Okay, and I will do a bit of this. I think that's kind of good, right? Is that good? Hey girls, hey ladies. So for the ones, for the ones, for the ones, for the ones who are joining the first time, my name is Greta Bereisaite. I am dating and relationship coach for women only, and I upload a new fresh content every Wednesday. Usually it's an uploaded video. And on Sundays, I usually do lives with a topic, and then I do Q&A after. Okay, so hey girls, hey ladies. So today's live is about why you should never tell anyone to dump your boyfriend, to dump, not your boyfriend, to dump another boyfriend to a friend, right? To dump a guy. And I'm gonna break it down for you ladies why. Now, the reason I decided to do this is because I can see it all over my Greta's High Value Woman School, where ladies are influencing each other so much to dump a guy. Literally, whenever the guy does something off, or whenever the guy is walking all over a girl, or like just something is not working, usually 50% of the comments are like, dump him, he's a narcissist, he's this, he's that, dump him, right? So you're kind of influencing the other ladies instead of work on the issues, or instead of a lady to work on herself, you're influencing her to dump him, right? To be honest, when I look at my past relationships, I think I have not had a relationship where somebody would tell me not to dump a guy. It doesn't matter your relationship is amazing or not. There will be insecure people planting seeds into your relationship and influencing you to dump the guy, no matter what actually it's like. I see it even in my VIP1 High Value Woman Tribe, which are the paid groups. Even there, I see ladies influencing each other to dump a guy. Now, ladies, why you should never tell to your friend or anyone to dump a guy. I understand that you care about your friends. I understand where it's coming from, obviously. But now, why you should never tell your friend to dump a guy, and I'll tell you what you can do instead if you want to help a friend, a family member, anyone. Okay, so imagine it's like this, right? So let's say somebody came, like if somebody is dating a low value person or a toxic person, right? It must be because we are bonding to that toxic or low value person, right? Otherwise, we would not be dating them because we would not be able to connect to them. Now, if someone's connecting with that low value person, with that toxic person, is because they are toxic themselves, right? Otherwise, abuser will never date a victim, right? They are both toxic. We both came from the toxic environment. This is why we relate to each other. We literally have these kind of aunties that are going like, ooh, I connect with you, like I connect, oh my God, this is what my dad used to do, or this is what my mom used to do. And I know it's wrong, but it's making me connect to that person because I know where he came from. We feel comfortable with them. Even if the environment is toxic, we still feel comfortable there because if this is what we know, if this is what we used to, we're gonna relate to that. For example, if you have a toxic person who grew up in a toxic environment, and now that person meets somebody from a healthy environment, we're not gonna click because we don't connect. We have like, there is nothing relatable there. So ladies, imagine this. Your friend, let's say, is a bit toxic, a bit low value. She's dating a low value guy who's taking her for granted, abusing, or whatever that he's doing, right? And now you're telling to your toxic friend, dump him, he's not good enough, you deserve better, dump him, right? Now, okay, let's say she gets influenced by you and she's like, yes, I deserve better. Yes, he's not good enough. Yes, I'm gonna dump him, right? Now she gets influenced by you and she breaks up with this guy, right? What do you think is gonna happen next? She will find another guy who is toxic, same as she still is, and she'll start dating another guy who is exactly the same as the previous guy, or she will start running after him and begging him back because she will not, she's just not gonna be happy. She's gonna be missing that other puzzle, the other piece, right? Because your friend is still toxic and this is what she relates to. So what you need to do, ladies, if you want to help somebody to see their value and worth, you need to encourage them to go towards self-love, self-growth, to get out of that mindset, to be open-minded, right? And when you encourage them step by step, instead of talking about their boyfriend, just be like, oh, whatever, boyfriends, who cares? Let's talk about you. How do we make you happy? And you focus on them, and when you encourage them, oh, maybe you should take up a hobby, or maybe you should do self-love affirmations, or this is how to love yourself, this is how to value yourself, and you influence your friend this way, right? And when step by step your friend starts to grow, your friend starts to change, and when your friend starts to change, she goes like, oh my god, I changed so much. I like literally see a whole new world, like on that magic carpet, right? You show your friend a whole new world, right? And when she's like, oh my god, my boyfriend, I don't relate to him anymore. I deserve so much better. I don't actually click with him anymore because now I see a life from a different perspective, right? And this is how your friend will have the courage to dump the toxic person herself. And when she dumps the toxic person herself because she doesn't click to them, because she does not relate to them anymore, guess what? She's not gonna be running after him, asking or begging him back. She will know that there is no more click, there is no more connection. She will know that she deserves more, and she's just, you know, she's just gonna go for somebody who's at her level, who she can bond with. You see my point? So ladies, never ever tell women to dump a guy. And imagine this other scenario. If, let's say, I was thinking the other way, let's say you're like, okay, but what if my friend is not into self-love, this and that, and I push her to, let's say, dump the guy. What you gonna end up with if the toxic low value person dumps the guy, right? She listens to you, she's like, yeah, he's not good enough, and she dumps the guy. She will start to victimize herself. She will start to, let's say, beg and plead and cry and, you know, get very needy and obsessive and sad and desperate. She's gonna go through all of these emotions. And if you made her to dump him, who do you think she's gonna come to? She will come to you. She will be like, okay, you told me to dump this guy, but now I'm going through all of these crazy emotions. So who do you think she's going to go to for help? She's going to go for help to you. And if you're not in a place to help her and to invest your time and energy into making her to love herself, showing how to, well, you know what I mean? Like, you just basically totally messed up a girl. Ladies, take responsibility for yourself. You know, if you're telling somebody to dump a person, be aware of the consequences. So my advice is, again, do not tell anyone to dump anyone. Encourage them to love themselves, become a better person, to become happier. Show them the way. Just open their mind and influence them a little bit towards self-love, self-growth. If they're not open to it, well, there's nothing that you can do. If they are, that's fantastic, when you can both grow step by step, and the toxic guy will drop automatically by itself. Actually, he might drop so much that he's not gonna even relate to her. Here you go. Same as with my friends. Like, ladies, when I started changing myself, because I was not like this before, you know, like I had lots of low value behaviors as well, right? So when I started changing myself, I could not relate to my friends anymore, and my friends could not relate to me anymore. So we naturally started clashing, right? Because I was not the same person anymore, and we wanted me to be the same person, and I wasn't. So we naturally started to clash and we fell apart, right? So that's how it is. Okay, let me see your questions. Oh, and ladies, I have some really exciting things that I just want to share. First thing, I created a high value women filter. I know it sounds crazy, it sounds insane, but I have created a high value woman filter which you can get on my Instagram totally free, because the filter is free. I have invested into it. I had created it for all of us ladies so we can inspire each other towards self-growth and self-love. And you can also get it on my Facebook. Let me show you quickly what a filter looks like so you have an idea, because for the ones who haven't heard about it, you're thinking like, what do you mean a high value filter? And it's something that no one has seen before. So actually, probably you're not going to be able to read the writing, but this is how it goes, right? So, okay, so it says, because it's, you know, it's like a mirror. So it says here, do the right thing. When it says believe in yourself, you know, here you have the text on top towards self-love. So you have the crown that comes on your head, then you have these little sparkles. And then here on top of the crown comes inspiring words such as do the right thing, believe in yourself, love yourself, believe in magic, set boundaries, be grateful. Queens surround themselves with queens. So ladies, if you yourself are, you know, getting this filter and wearing it on your Instagram or Facebook, you know, your friends will be like, oh, what's that? Why this? Why that? You know, this is how you make the world a better place. This is how you spread a message in a acceptable, like subtle way. If you want that filter, I will put the links in this video description, right? If you just press on the description, you just follow the link towards Facebook filter to get on Facebook free and use it. And Instagram, you're gonna have to add me on my ladies relationship coach, because it's on my Instagram, so you can share it from me. All right. Also, if you want your ex back, I have a video for sale towards that, and I'll put the link in my video description. And towards ultimate self-love, I also have a package which you can get in my video description, because again, self-love is the most important thing to you in your romantic and personal relationships. If you don't love yourself, you're basically gonna end up surrounding yourself with toxic, low value friends and okay, drop that pot, Greta. And you know, stay in the low value environment. Okay, ladies, so let's do some Q&As. I'll push it now back like this. Right, ladies, so I see you're talking to each other and giving each other lots of amazing advice. Now, let me give you some advice. So let's do some Q&As. Okay, so if somebody would make a dot, then the comments will pop up and I'll start answering your questions. Let me see. What did you girls think of my video with RC Blakes? Okay. Let me see. Hi, Greta. Should guy must be older than a girl? I'm 24. It doesn't have to be older. Okay, so when it comes to guys, ladies, you can date younger guys if you're secure and confident. Like ladies who cannot date younger, well, it's okay to date a younger guy. It really is, if you are secure and confident. It's really, really important to be secure and confident. So you're not jealous of, let's say, his younger friends or this or that. You know, as long as you're secure and confident, it's fine to date a younger guy. If you're not secure and confident, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna get insecure, you're gonna be where are you, who you with, and all of that. But to be honest, when you're insecure, you have problems with any guy. I remember when I was younger, I would always think that a guy needs to be like my age or a little bit older, something like that. That was kind of my belief back then. But nowadays, like, I truly believe that if you bond and if you click and if you're really secure and confident in yourself, it really doesn't matter if he's a bit older or younger or whichever way it is. It's just all within you. Can you handle it? Do you know how to handle it? Can you be confident with that? Okay. Hey Greta, how to deal with toxic people who want to destroy your life? You remove yourself. You remove yourself. You set in boundaries with, same as you set in boundaries with the guy, same you set in boundaries with toxic people. I removed myself from everyone. You know, when I started my high value woman high value journey, you know, I literally let go of 99.99% of my friends. And a lot of them actually dropped off themselves because there is jealousy. When you come from the same boat, there is a lot of jealousy. You know, if you come from the same boat and you're growing, you're achieving things in life, and you know your friends are watching you, we get jealous because we're like, okay, we were in the same boat, but you're doing this and I'm still here. It becomes, you just have to. Ladies, it's very difficult to love yourself and do the right thing, and to let go of people, let's say, who have been your friends for 10 or 20 years. But in order to live your ultimate happy life, you have to do it. There is no other way around. You just have to do it. You only have one life. You know, my sister passed away with regrets on her deathbed. She got cancer at the age of 38 or 40. I think at the age of 38. And she, you know, she had a toxic marriage, very, very toxic marriage. She wanted to leave her husband for 10 years. She didn't, because it felt secure, right? And you are who you with, as I said before, right? Like if you're relating to that person and not leaving them, maybe because you are yourself like that. And as much as I love my sister, you know, and like on her deathbed, she was praying to God to give her another chance. She was praying to God to give her another chance, and she was her last words. Like on her deathbed, ladies, she got a divorce on her deathbed. When she looked like, you know, when you have children who don't have any food, with big tummies and like looking like skeletons. She looked, the only recognizable thing about her was her big brown eyes, nothing else. Like I would not be able to recognize my own sister, but she had very big brown eyes. And you know, like she couldn't speak, she couldn't talk, she couldn't move, but she had the courage to sign the divorce papers. So she signed the divorce papers on her deathbed. And she was praying to God all the time, saying like, God, just give me one more chance. I will do what I need to do with my life in order for me to be happy. She regretted her whole life, ladies. Her whole life, she regretted everything. Also, she was a social butterfly. She was a people pleaser, right? She was like, she always looked amazing. She liked nice clothes, all of that. She was like a very, very social person, always like a social butterfly in a party. When she was sick with cancer, she, like, nobody could see her apart from me, my other sister, her son, my dad, and her mom, because she was my half sister. That was it. She did not let anyone else into that room. And she passed away regretting her whole life because she could not do the right thing, right? Because she could not, same as you girls, oh, but there is toxic people and I don't want to let go of my toxic friends, or I am, you know, like I am with my toxic husband or my toxic boyfriend, but it's still quite comfortable, you know, I'm too scared to leave it. You know, it's just like you have to do the right thing. It's your life. Don't be that person who is on her deathbed regretting her whole life. It's your life. You need to live it. You need to do the right thing. Ladies, when I started this channel, all I had was haters and people trying to stop me. Oh, Greta, who do you think you are? Or like you're single or this or that. Like who told, like, you know, I only had hate and people looking down on me all the time. You know what kept me growing? What kept me going to build what I build? Thoughts about my sister, because when I was building this, at the same time my sister was dying, and while I was doing my YouTube videos, I saw her regretting her whole life. And this is what I compared. I was like, okay, me letting go of my toxic friends, I can't victimize myself for it, because if I victimize myself and I compare myself to my sister who is dying, who looks like a skeleton, who looks unrecognizable, who's going through that pain, I can't even compare. This is such a tiny thing compared to that. My sister would be so happy to be in my position, just let them go. You know, so this is what kept me going. This is when I was like cleaning my life, you know, looking, remembering her and cleaning my life. So, you know, like, yeah, ladies, it's just, I think it just really puts everything into a perspective. Do the right thing. It is the hardest thing to do, but at the end of the day, you will be happy. Okay, let me see more questions. My leg went numb. Okay. Okay, somebody make a dot. Although, like, when I'm talking, everyone's talking. Everyone's writing. Okay, here we go. Your sister, the fact were powerful, Greta. Thank you for sharing. That is sad way to live life full of regrets. Yes, do the right thing. I broke up with my guy yesterday morning. I deleted his number. Oh, you did. I see, Felicia. Okay, Felicia, I think you're in my VIP 1. So we'll talk about it on Tuesday. Greta, I'm sorry for your sister. I bet like her, I don't want. Exactly. I think like the only reason I'm sharing this is to inspire you ladies to do the right thing. And again, like, I'm not telling you to start dumping people, right? It is really, really difficult. First, you need to love yourself. First, you need to be so full of yourself in a healthy way, so you're strong enough to do it. If you're not strong enough to do it, you know, you're not gonna do it, or you will regret doing it. So first, fulfill yourself with self-love. Even ladies with the guys, right? With the guys, some of you who get my advice, you just on it and you're doing the right thing because you're strong. You know, like a lot of you are really, really strong, powerful women. You just don't know the right way to behave, so you're happy, right? Like a lot of you are strong, right? So you're like, you watch my YouTube videos and you're like, oh my God, Greta's right, let me try it. Oh my God, it's working. I need to go this way. Now I know the strategy, I'm gonna nail, and you just go all the way up, right? This is how a lot of you are. However, there is still about 30 or 40% of you who look at the advice, you're like, it makes sense, but I'm too scared. It makes sense, but I'm like, I can't do this, or how do you do this? Or, you know, like you go like this. And actually so many ladies who actually been following me for a year or 2 years, and we know the advice inside out, but we not doing it. Why? Because they don't love themselves. It's because we need to work on self-love a lot in order to actually do it. If you're not strong enough to do it, don't focus on this advice. Focus on valuing and loving yourself, knowing your value and worth. Focus on that. Once you're strong here, and then you're like coming back to my channel and doing the advice, you're gonna be like, this is easy. I've got the power. You know, you're gonna be loving it. There will be no like, but what if you'll just be like, oh my God, this is working, babe, you know? My boyfriend pulled away after 6 months, so I broke up with him. He later told me he's been stressed and lost his career job. How should I handle this if it still want him? You see, You see, this is why I tell you, ladies, watch my video why men need to pull away. Because there are lots of reasons why men need to pull away. First, it could be stress. It could be something bad happened. If there is a death in a family, a lot of guys, when there is a death in a family, they will pull away from everyone and start, in order to sort themselves out. And then they only come back to you when they kind of are okay to come back to. I actually remember my nephew telling me a year ago, or 2 years ago, like maybe a year and a half ago, he said like when his mom passed away, when my sister passed away, he literally said, I had to like not reply to any messages and ignore everyone, because I knew that by ignoring those people, we're gonna be safer this way. So I pulled away so these people are safe and they don't have bad feelings towards me. Because if after the death I would have been replying to everyone, he said I literally would have been the nastiest person to everyone, to every single message ever. So he said I literally pulled away to deal with that. And once I dealt with that, once I had my pull away, I was able to reply with everyone else in a normal way. Ladies, this is how a lot of men deal with stuff. When we deal with stress, when we deal with something what bad happened, when we need to pull away from you, even after, like, ladies, when we have a loving time together, like when guys, and when you have a really good loving time together, and I don't mean just sex, like meaningful time, right? What happens is oxytocin, which is a love hormone, makes guys' testosterone go down. And when the guy's testosterone goes down, it's like the phone, right? The battery is dying. When the battery is this much, you need to put the phone away and let him charge up. So when you're charging your phone, when you give a guy space, let's put him here, when you give a guy space, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Let him charge fully. Then it will charge fully. It will start beeping. It's going to be like, this is Greta, 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 I love you. Christine, Felicia, I love you. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Pick me up, pick me up, pick me up. And this is when you pick it up. Until it does that, until it goes bzzz, you don't touch it. Only when it goes pick me up, this is when you touch it. So you let a guy pull away when his battery is here. And you'll know that when his battery is here, because once you'll say, hi, how are you? He'll take like 6 hours to reply, or be like, fine. You'll know when he's not present with you. When you just have that feeling that he's a bit pulling away, you let him charge until he gets like, hi. Okay. What can I do if my boyfriend never gives me gifts? Not even for my birthday. Has been 2 years. Usually guys don't give gifts for girls that we take for granted. Okay, if he's taking you for granted, if his attraction towards you has been lost, if he knows that you're so crazy about him, maybe you're calling and texting him all the time, maybe you're needy, maybe you're there to him, maybe you're obsessive. When he feels that you're obsessive with him, he's not gonna want to give you gifts because his attraction towards you is down. So in order to bring it back up, you need to be high value. So what I would focus on, not how to get him to give you gifts, because you cannot make a guy to get you anything. What I would focus on would be, how can I make him see my value and worth and see me amazing and incredible, like a dream girl, a dream woman, right? And only when he starts seeing, like, and when he will start seeing you like that, this is when he'll be like, oh my God, this girl is so amazing. And he'll start to flatter you. He'll start to give you gifts because he'll start to impress you. He'll want to impress you. He'll want you to like him, all of that. But in order for him to see your value and worth, you need to value and respect yourself, right? You cannot be obsessed with him. You cannot be making him into your whole life, into your whole cake. You need to have your own life, your own cake, build your own empire, make yourself happy. You know, don't be needy, don't be clingy, don't be possessive, obsessive, don't text him all the time. Let him do that, let him chase, let him pursue. It's a guy's job to chase and pursue. They love doing that. Men are the pursuers, we are the hunters, we are the predators. No matter what the society is telling you nowadays, men are the pursuers. Why? Because their testosterone levels compared to a woman's testosterone levels are not even comparable. They were meant to go and hunt. The instincts are still the same, right? How we were designed, how we were born like thousands of years ago and how we are born now, if this still was a jungle and we all born in a jungle, we will all still be jungle girls and jungle boys. No matter, you know, like the instincts are still the same. Nothing has changed here. So we are still the predators. We are still the pursuers. So let him pursue you. If you're pursuing him with your affection, attention, all of that, you're turning him off because you're behaving like a guy. A guy does not want to date another guy. He wants to date a woman. He wants to date a queen. He needs to come after his queen. Look at the animal kingdom. Has animal kingdom changed? No. The lion is still pursuing the lioness. The birdie is still singing for the birdness. You know, it's still like that. Have you looked at what's his name? Is it Peacock? I think it's called Peacock. I'm not sure. The peacock, where like the male, you know, to impress the female, it does the whole like goes like all beautiful and starts showing off, right? Let him be the peacock. Okay, let's see your questions. Somebody make a question, a dot. Okay, everyone's quiet listening about my peacock stories. Yes, here we go. Thank you. Right, let's see more questions. How do you know if a breakup is a real one? I have been high value and setting boundaries, and my boyfriend said he is done because I don't give much to him. Cook and come over to him. It's happened before. Cook and come over to him. Well, he can, like, it depends, hon. This is where a lot of, I don't know your story, but I'm just kind of gonna go with that. So this is where a lot of girls go wrong, okay? Then we start high value. In the beginning, we are too nice, and then we become too bitchy, right? This is how it goes. This is how girls do it. Because we watch me, we go like, oh, Greta is giving this advice. Oh my God, it's working. Let me step it up a notch. And once we step it up and we take it too bitchy, this is when the guy goes like, oh my God, she's like, I don't feel like she's into me. She's a bit too bitchy. She doesn't do this, she doesn't do that. I'm not getting anything from her. Any self-loving, high-value guy will be like, I feel like, you know, it's not working for me, right? So this is where girls, like, you don't step it up a notch. If you're following my advice, follow it. Don't make it too extreme because it's gonna be too much. I already made it like nearly tailor-made for all of you. You know, like it's tailor-made. Don't make it more because that's too bitchy. Some guys like girls who are too bitchy, but those guys are not very healthy guys either, because we actually like a woman taking advantage of them. So that's toxic behavior. Low value, giving too much, that's toxic behavior as well. High value is in between. You cannot be too bitchy, you cannot be too nice. You have to, like, all you do is love yourself, respect yourself, you set in healthy boundaries, and you give. Ladies, you still need to give. Every guy is a little bit different. Like, if you're dating a guy who is a total, let's say, alpha guy, who is very protective, who's very alpha, who's very strong-willed, who's big go-getter, who likes to achieve his goals, let's say, a lot of athletes are like that, right? So if you're dating someone like that, then with this type of person, a lot of times they will like going for you nearly 100%. He may not even like you giving him 30%. He's just gonna not like that. He'll be like, oh, I don't like that. You know, if you're dating a guy who is a bit softer, who's not such strong go-getter or athlete or business guy or alpha man, who's a little bit softer, he will like it more when you give more. You know, he'll actually like it, and you're gonna bond more when you give a little bit more. The goal, ladies, is not to overgive, and you yourself know what type of guy you're dating. I'm not dating your guys, you're dating your guys. You need to adjust advice for every single guy, right? Like, you know, you're dating a bit strong alpha guy, or you're dating with a bit softer guy. Like, how to test it? Imagine this. Let's say you're letting a guy pursue you, right? And let's say let's say you send him a message first. And when you see how he responds to it, if you send him a message first and you see that he looked at it and he's playing games with it, so he replies the next day, 2 days after, 4 hours after, he gives you like a little breadcrumb. You're like, okay, so when I text him a message first, he's kind of having a power play and a tantrum, and it's like he's not responding to me, he's not communicating, he's kind of playing games. So you're like, okay, if you're doing like that, well then obviously I'm not gonna be texting you first anymore, because you obviously don't like that. I can see you don't like that because you're not responding well to it, right? So I'm taking away what I'm giving. Logic makes sense, right? If you, for example, give a child a toy and the child throws the toy away, you take away the toy and you don't give it to the child anymore. Makes sense, right? If you, for example, date a bit of a nicer guy, let's say, right? And you text him a message and he's like trying to make a conversation and he's happy and he's engaging and he's like, you know, sweet and charming, then you're like, oh my God, cool, this is nice. You know, like I can actually text him first sometimes because he's responding really well to it. That's it. So you ladies, it's okay to test these things. Test it out. It's fine. It's gonna, like, you're not gonna, if you're, you know, if you're following every single like rule and stuff and you're like, oh my God, if I'll text him first now, oh my God, I can't text him. It's okay to try it. It's okay to try this. You tried this, you see it's not working, don't do it again. Simple.com, right? Just don't do it again. If you see it's working, then you're like, okay, I can do it sometimes. You know, so it's okay to test it. The goal is don't be the one that you tried it once, it's working, and now you're like, oh my God, this is working. I'm going to be texting him all the time. I'm going to be pursuing him. Like, don't go crazy with it. Have the control. But it's okay to test it. Okay? Cool. So, a dot again, please. A heart, here we go. Do not chase a man ever. It's not chasing, girls. You still need to give. You still need to give. Like, it's not necessarily chasing. You still need to give. You know, like it's otherwise when it's like, if he's just doing everything for you, like, it does, you know, like some guys don't like that. You still need to give. Chasing is like, do not chase a guy ever. Chasing, like, it's, you can't see do not chase a guy ever, because if you like, you touching a guy first, that's actually chasing because you're initiating first. You cooking a meal for a guy, that's actually chasing because you're initiating first. You're pursuing for sex, that's chasing. You know, like you doing any kind of move towards him, that's chasing. So saying do not chase a guy ever, that does not even make sense, because it is about giving and receiving. You see the point? It's like that message does not make sense. It's not just texting him first or calling him. It's any kind of move towards him that's pursuing. Okay, let me see. Men are true waste of energy and time. Well, don't waste your energy on a guy. When you don't waste your energy on a guy, this is when we come after you. You don't need to waste your time or energy on a guy, you know. Always like, look, don't waste your energy and time on a guy. They will all line up for you. So then it's not a waste of time, right? But when you're actually investing your time and energy in a guy too much, this is when it becomes waste of time. Why is it waste of time? Because you're wasting your own time. Don't waste your time on him and it's not going to be a waste of time. This was about a bit too philosophical. What to do long distance, no contact for a month now. He said his mobile got spoiled, but he's been online okay, that's an excuse. Long distance, no contact for 1 month. He's out. He's out. Is that your boyfriend or is it just a guy that you're kind of talking to? Ladies, if it's a guy that you're talking to randomly, he can disappear on you for 3 months. It's fine because it's just a random guy you're talking to who maybe sometimes charms you or sends you something sweet. He can reappear once a year. It's fine. Who cares, right? If it's your boyfriend, that's not your boyfriend anymore, no matter what excuse he gives you. Okay? 1 month is not a pull away, ladies. You know, like 1 month is I'm gone and he's gone and you're not interested anymore. That's not a pull away. A healthy pull away, ladies, is 2, 3, 4 days maximum. If you had an argument or if you had a fight, that could be a bit more because it's, you know, it's a bit more complicated. But if there is no argument, if he just disappears on you, 1, 2, 3, 4 days maximum, that's a healthy pull away. More longer than that, he's playing games. And if he's playing games, when you see, you're like, okay, do I play you at your own game and show you that it's not working for me, or is it too much and this is not my type and I'm gonna let you go? So the decision is yours then to make. The most, ladies, when you achieve with guys emotional control and control of yourself, it's literally magic. When you control yourself and they can't reach, when the guy is trying to provoke you, right? He's telling you all the crazy stuff and he's accusing and provoking you, seeing your reaction, and he can't read you because you're like doing your thing, you know. He's trying to provoke you, you're like trying your iPods on, you know, you're like, he's trying to provoke you and he's telling you a story and you're like, oh, going on your phone. He's trying to provoke you and you start to write something, you know, you're like, what did you say? This will make him go crazy. This, like, what will happen here, right? Instead of provoking you, he will dig himself a hole and he will end up provoking himself, and he'll get so annoyed that his provocation didn't work on you, and he'll get so insecure that maybe you don't care about him, that he'll start going crazy. And when he's going crazy because you don't care about him, he'll actually try and step it up because he'll be like, oh my God, why does she not care about me? So for majority of situations, no reaction is your gold. It's your diamond. Like, your diamond is no reaction. Also, ladies, let me give you, I'll finish it with one last tip, okay? Because kind of time for me to go. I'll finish it with one last tip, and literally write this down. It's really good. And you know, self-love, how to get your ex back, the filters, get it all from my video description. But anyway, one last step. If you are in a situation, this is gold, right? If you are in a situation where something big happened, or you feel insecure, or you feel like you're gonna lose emotional control, or just you feel like, oh my God, what do I do, right? You feel like you're gonna explode or like something like this. Don't do anything. Your goal is don't do anything, right? doing nothing will, like, you will never harm a situation if you don't do anything. Literally, just like something happened, like remove yourself from it straight away. Like, just don't reply, don't call back, just remove yourself. If you're gonna have to give him an excuse, tell him, you know, your battery went off or something happened, or sorry, I couldn't respond, like just come up with an excuse, but don't do anything. When you're not gonna do anything, like when leave it and then look for the right solution, how to approach that specific situation. But in that time being, just don't do anything, because majority of like really bad situations happen because we overreact or we react the wrong way, which is the same thing. But like, you reacting the wrong way, like literally damages in a lot of cases everything. So just not doing anything, you don't know how to respond, you don't know how to react, just remove yourself. And once you remove yourself, then get in contact with somebody who's going to tell you how to behave, or think of the most logical, you know, answer to the situation. This is really, really important, girls. Like, not doing anything. It's like literally gold. Seriously. Yeah. Okay, girls, so like it if you liked it. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think? Follow me on my Instagram called Ladies Relationship Coach. This is where you can get my filter free. On my Facebook, which is my name, Greta Bereisaite. I actually need to change that kind of link, I think. On my Facebook, you can get my filter as well. Join my Greta's High Value Woman School, where we are all in the same boat learning how to be high value. You can join my paid groups, VIP 1 and VIP 2. These groups are gold. VIP, I'll tell you quickly how it works, okay? VIP 1 and VIP 2, you join it as a gym membership. So it's a subscription base. You can cancel it at any time, right? And what happens, you pay for 1 month, but it's a subscription, so it continues unless you cancel it, right? And then you have coaches answering your questions during the lives, during the Facebook lives, 3 times a week. Okay, so for example, in the VIP 1, the lives are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So let's say on Monday, I make a post, ladies, I'm gonna do a live in the VIP 1 at this and this time. Please post your questions in the comments below. A girl posts her question, which can be a screenshot size long, in the comments. On Tuesday, I do the live, I open the post, I see, let's say 30, 40 questions, and I start answering every question from the start, right? And then after I share the live, so you can rewatch it in your own time and, you know, see the questions, get your answers. This happens 3 times a week. In the meantime, lots of girls do live streamings. We share their stories. Everything is private, confidential. Girls are from all over the world, like everywhere, all over the world. In the VIP 1, you get the texting video free. In the VIP 2, you get how to get your ex back video free. Both groups work exactly the same way. In the VIP 1, I'm one of the coaches. In the VIP 2, I have other 2 phenomenal coaches coaching. I'm not in the VIP 2, but the girls, the coaches who coach, we coach my advice. Okay, so ladies, kisses, have a beautiful day, and I hope I'll see you maybe in my VIPs or the school or Instagram, anywhere. Lots of free places to, anyway. Okay, have a good day. Kisses, bye-bye.